Hello and welcome to Linux Academy. In this video, we are going to learn about Django. Django is an easy-to-use Python framework used by some of the biggest names out there like Pinterest and Instagram. Let's get right into it. First thing we need to do is install a virtual environment. A virtual environment is a tool to create isolated Python environments where you can keep dependencies required by different projects in separate places. Using pip, just do pip install virtual env. It's already installed on my system. Moving forward, all I need to do is create a virtual environment by doing virtual env and then the name of my environment. In this case, let's call it website_env. Now that it's created, let's change into the directory. The name of the directory is the same as the name of the environment you gave in the previous line. And now let's activate it. Source bin activate. The parentheses on the left containing website_env suggests that I am now in my virtual environment. If I need to get out of the virtual environment, all I need to do is deactivate. But let's get back in again. Source bin activate and start installing our app. First thing I need to do is install Django. So pip install Django. Now make sure you do the installation of Django within your virtual environment. Doing it outside, it will not be available in your virtual environment. Now that Django is installed, let's create a project. A project is essentially like your full website, and then applications are the different pages within your website. So we'll just name the project right now website. Django admin.py, start project, website, and a dot, where website is the name of my project. Then every Django app has a database in the back. Let's initialize it for now, and we'll get to that in a bit. Do python manage.py migrate. We are going to be using manage.py a lot through our setup. It's a command line tool for setting up Django. Now let's create our app. Python manage.py, start app, and the name of the app. In our case, let's call it first app. With all of that done, Django would have created some directories for you. Doing an ls, I can see directories for website and first app for our project and our application. I can do a tree on website and see all the files underneath that. Then I can also do a tree on first app and see the files that are available there. Both these directories and the file within them were created by my start project and the start app commands. Let me clear my screen here. Let's tell Django we have a new app. Just do vi website/settings. So it's the settings of the project. Go down to allowed host. Here put the IP address of your server. If you have a fully qualified domain name, put that here too. In my case, my lab server is at shiraske2141.mylabserver. Go down to the installed app, add a new line, put in your app's name over here, first app. Make sure you put the comma at the end of it. Go ahead and save that. Now let's tell Django how to deal with the incoming web requests. Go ahead and open up the file URLs in the website directory. Go down to this line and add include. Then go down in the URL patterns. This entry is going to match any incoming request because we have not put a pattern there. And then it's going to look them up in the URLs file for our application. Go ahead and save that file. Now that the project website knows to send any incoming web request to our application, we need to tell our application how to deal with that request. For that, let's create a file called urls.py, and it's going to be in my first app directory. Let's put in some standard import statements here. Let's import the URL module from Django const URL. Also, we need to import views. And now the URL patterns like before, except this time we're telling our app how to deal with the incoming request. So we're just telling it that any request that comes in, pass it to the view index. Let's save this file. Next, we need to create a template for our app. A template is essentially the HTML page that gets displayed up by your app. By default, the directory for the template is not created. So let's go ahead and create some template directories in our first app. First, create the template directory within our first app. Let's call it templates. Then we need to create another directory within our templates directory and name it the same as our application. I know it's redundant, but that's the way Django likes it. So first app slash template slash first app. And now within that structure, create a file called index.html and put some simple HTML in there like my awesome simple app. Go ahead and save this file as well. Now let's create a view for our application, which is actually going to serve up the template. Open up the file views.py in my first app directory. Let's create the first function that's going to run. Every time a request hits this view, it's going to return my first app slash index.html template that we have created. So remember, that's the file we previously set up in the template. Go ahead and save this file. At this point, you're ready to run the application. Using manage.py, call run server and give it the IP address you want the server to run on. For our example, we are going to do 0.0.0.0:80, which is going to serve this application on every available IP address on our server. Let's open up the website 54.186.33.245, and it displays your web page. And that is a simple application that you can create with Django. That's it for this video. Mark it complete and go ahead to the next one.